Hey my kosher cuties, welcome back to my channel. Today we are making apple turnovers. First we want to start by peeling our apples and then cutting them into sections. Always make sure you're working with fruits and vegetables that have seeds in them. So once we're done cutting our sections, we're going to cut it down the middle and then dice it. And there you have our little dice pieces. Next, this one wasn't that big, so I didn't have to cut it down the middle. And you could just tell by eye which ones need to be cut down the middle and which ones don't. But this is the average size that you want them to be. These apples were particularly sweet. The best type of apples are normally like a tart apple, which are like a Granny Smith. You really can use whatever apples you want. They were still good with the apples I use, but it's all based on your preference. So now that you've done that, you just want to keep going until you have about 4 to 5 cups of apples. Now we're going to heat up our pan. We want to take about 1/4 of a cup of butter. And this is the most butter you're going to use throughout this whole recipe. So once it's all melted, you want to put your apples in. I'm just going to put a little bit at a time, make sure they all fit. Now it's time to make our thickening sauce. We need some pure cornstarch, and this is a kosher brand. I'm just going to take 1 tablespoon of the cornstarch to a ratio of 1 cup of water. Here I am turning my apples, just getting them, making sure they're not burning up. And next, I was going to show y'all how I made my sugar and cinnamon nutmeg mix, but I lost my footage. So basically I just used a cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, and a pinch of salt and a pinch of nutmeg. Now I'm just taking like a teaspoon of butter and coating the bottom of the pan. I'm getting ready to put the apples in. So now this butter is going to add just a little bit more flavor to the cinnamon sugar mix. So after that, I took everything out of my oven and preheated it to 390. So while the oven's heating up, I'll pour in my cornstarch mix. Make sure you get that cornstarch in there because that is what gives it that thickening, jelly-like, sauce-like texture. Now I'm putting in my sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg mix, and I'm just mixing that all together. I have it on like a medium to low heat. I turn it up sometimes gradually to like thicken it a little bit more. Sometimes I turn it down. In between, you just got to keep your eye on it to see, make sure it's not burning, but you also want to get that sauce nice and thick. Once my apples were done, I got started on my pastries. So I decided to start off the basics, a nice turnover to the side. What I didn't do here, and you guys should do, is take just a little egg wash and put it on the perimeter of the turnover so that it can stick when you close it. These turnovers, these pastry puffs were pretty good, so I didn't really need to do too much. But there were times where I was like, okay, why is it not closing? So I did add a little water to it to keep it closed. You could do the same. I feel like egg wash just tastes a little better. So now I'm just doing a whole bunch of different little designs or different flip methods. The first one you saw me do was just the side. This one is the triangle, traditional one as well. And then you just want to take your fork. So you just want to, this is the traditional method to put a fork against the end. You guys, please put flour on your fork. As you can see, in some areas it was sticking to the fork. I should have put flour on it. Like, it would have made it so much easier. Then I just want to trim the edges and give that nice clean cut. And look at that, that is so cute. When it was done, it looked like even better. It was so nice. So now this one is one of my favorites. I packed this one. You can pack it, you know, all of them you could pack them, but I was like a little skeptical, like, do I want to pack these too much? I don't want it oozing out. It wound up oozing out anyway, but they were still delicious. This is the McDonald's one that I made. So it looked like a McDonald's apple pie. This one was my favorite. I really enjoyed this one. And you guys can let me know which one you like the best. Did you like the triangle shaped one, the square one, or the one that was my favorite, the McDonald's kind? Now I'm just going to take some egg wash. This is a ratio of 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of water. So it needs to be more egg, and you just want to blend it really well before you spread it on. So after that, I popped them right into the oven. I want to say 15 to 20 minutes, but you guys, I just watched these bad boys the whole entire time and waited till they were like this color of a golden brown. So that's it, all done. And you guys kept it kosher with me. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.